Rana and Fadi were sitting in a small cafe near the university, watching a live broadcast on a tablet. Is that the launch everyone's talking about? Yes. That vehicle on the screen is a spacecraft about to leave Earth. I always hear the word spacecraft, but I want to understand it deeply. What exactly counts as a spacecraft? A spacecraft is any vehicle designed to travel in space. It can carry astronauts or it can be unmanned. So a spacecraft doesn't always have people inside? Exactly. Satellites, space probes, and space stations are all types of spacecraft. I thought a spacecraft had to look like a spaceship from movies. Movies exaggerate. In reality, a spacecraft can look very simple, even like a metal box with solar panels. That's surprising. So, this spacecraft on the screen, what is its mission? This spacecraft is going to resupply a space station. I like how the word spacecraft feels serious and precise, not dramatic. That's because spacecraft are engineering tools, not fantasy vehicles. How is a spacecraft different from a rocket? A rocket is used to launch the spacecraft. Once in space, the spacecraft operates on its own. So the rocket is like a taxi, and the spacecraft is the actual traveler. That's a good way to think about it. What about a spacecraft going to Mars? That's called an interplanetary spacecraft. It can travel for years. Years inside a spacecraft? That sounds lonely. That's why many spacecraft are robotic. Humans aren't inside most spacecraft. Can a spacecraft return to Earth? Some spacecraft are designed to return, like crew capsules. Others stay in space forever. Forever? That makes the word spacecraft feel almost immortal. In a way, yes. A spacecraft can outlive its creators. Do people ever use spacecraft metaphorically? Sometimes. You might say, this project is our spacecraft, meaning it's carrying us into the future. I like that. A spacecraft as a symbol of ambition. Exactly. A spacecraft represents planning, risk, and progress. How complex is a spacecraft? Extremely complex. A spacecraft must survive extreme temperatures, radiation, and vacuum. So a spacecraft is like a tiny world. That's especially true for crewed spacecraft. They support life. I imagine astronauts trusting their lives to a spacecraft. Completely. The spacecraft becomes their home. When something goes wrong in space, it's usually a spacecraft failure, right? Yes. That's why spacecraft design is tested endlessly. Hearing all this, the word spacecraft feels heavier now. That's the beauty of understanding a word deeply. Next time I hear spacecraft, I won't imagine science fiction. You'll imagine engineering, patience, and courage. A spacecraft isn't just moving through space. It's carrying human knowledge with it. I like that idea. Me too. Every spacecraft is a message sent into the universe, and we're waiting to see if the universe replies. Exactly.